Hello and welcome to the Hatewatch podcast. Steph and Tom here as the World Cup knockout rounds get underway. On the pod today, we'll be discussing why England are so frustrating to watch, hypocrisy in the media over Jude Bellingham, and whether next season's best Hatewatch has already been decided. Afternoon, Tom. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you, mate. Just about recovered from the appalling heat that destroyed my sleeping pattern over the weekend. I'm finally just about back to normal. But yeah, it's such a quick turnaround. We've jumped straight from the group stages straight into the knockouts. We've already had one already, but I think once tonight's fixtures get going again, I'll be right back into the World Cup fever. How are you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm suffering from sort of football fatigue right now. I feel like I've been over footballed over the last few days. Um, 'Cause it's one thing having 3 or 4 games a day, but then it's another one having just 6 matches just all at once. Well, not all at once, but you know what I mean. It's
Mhm.
like, oh, there's another 2 games right now. Oh, there's another two. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, let's go. 4 a.m. kickoff, yeah, count me in.
Yeah.
Um, it's been enjoyable. The football has delivered.
Yeah.
Um, but everything else, and coupled with the heat has made the last couple of weeks, oof,
Yeah.
bit of a slog.
Yeah, Friday night especially was pain. I committed to Cape Verde against I can't remember who it was now.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, that was it. Yeah, so committed to that game and annoyingly fell asleep with about 15 minutes left to play, but then woke up probably 20 minutes after full time happened, and in the sweatiest, horrific, most horrific days you possibly could imagine, and then could not get back to sleep. So committed to the first 3 a.m. kickoff that I had all tournament. Sorry, 4 a.m. kickoff that I had all tournament. Got pretty much halfway through Belgium, New Zealand before I finally fell back to sleep again. But I had to be up at 7 the day after, so that was yeah,
Oh yeah.
that made Saturday really long, especially with England kicking off not till 10 o'clock. So I had to power through that. But yeah, it was. We were helped out by some good games after that. I did very much enjoy DR Congo against. Ah, oh, done it again. They playing
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan. Yes, I haven't quite caught back up with
Yeah,
them.
as much as I enjoyed that, I feel like I missed the best 0-0 of all time, judging by the highlights.
Yeah,
Portugal Colombia looked an absolute riot.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be the first time I've committed to one game and then been slightly enticed by the other, but not committed to going the other side.
But that was the game that had something riding on it. I don't blame
Oh, of
myself for
course,
wanting
yeah.
to watch Congo, and as well, it was likely that we were going to be playing them, so
That's
that was
the
another
exact
reason to
reason why
watch.
I was watching it. Yeah, just for the narrative of not playing another team that we've played in a major tournament in recent times. I would much rather prefer to play Congo on that basis rather than anything else compared to.
And the scars of that friendly defeat to Senegal as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
don't want
not
to
have
revisit
enjoyed
those
the narrative
unnecessarily.
that would have brought over the next few days. So yeah, there's another good reason to have avoided it.
Yeah. Um, so let's jump in. So we're what we 36 hours ish after England beat Panama.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, I'm really glad we won. It was the result we needed, and the result is all the result that matters. At this stage. But I don't know about you, but I found that a really difficult watch, and that's I think it's a kind of a big problem, and I don't know if it's a World Cup anxiety thing on my part, or if it's just we're a tough team to like get behind sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm probably not as worried about it as you seem to be, but yeah, I do agree it was an appalling game in terms of entertainment or sort of filling you with any confidence that we can turn up in the bigger games when hopefully when we get to them if we can get past Congo in the next round. But yeah, I think it's a mix of a result of being completely disjointed in terms of the team that we've been putting out. I mean, it's very, very rare you'll see in group stages of a major competition that you play three different back fours, which completely can throw you in sort of a league season where you can't put in the same four out game after game after game. So to do it for 3 games with just over a week of football can definitely have played a part, and I think it did. I mean, especially when you're playing someone like Joel Kwanzaa at right back, when you're used to having Reece James there, it's a big
Yeah.
difference. And then not having Rice in the middle as well, I think, made a big change there too. So it's it was a bit of a shame, but I think the reaction from a lot of people has been far too over the top in the sense that the job was done. We did what we needed to do. Panama didn't score. That they did look like scoring. I can't deny that.
Well,
But
that is part of it. It was so like disjointed sounds a bit too strong, but it was like I felt like we weren't playing properly.
mm,
Like we just went out there like, yeah, we'll just we'll score a couple goals and then get back to the hotel.
mm,
It just felt just really casual. Um, and like you say, the disruptions to the playing squad is going to be a factor, and it wasn't our best team, and we were resting players. There were players on yellows, players with injury worries, and already being through and against a team that we would have expected to beat regardless. It's a time to take that risk. It doesn't even feel that risky. So
mm.
I get that side of it. But just from an entertainment point of view and from a confidence building point of view, which is technically not important from a fan's perspective, but I'm not heading into the round of 32, even against a team like DR Congo, who are one of the lower ranked teams, and who like had to get through the playoffs to just to make the tournament. I'm not fully confident that we're going to have a comfortable day, even though we have not an embarrassment of riches, but we have a very, very capable squad.
Mm.
But I am not going into this game thinking, oh, we're just going to roll them over because it's a knockout game and they have to come out and play
Oh,
because
certainly not.
they
Yeah,
they,
no,
they don't really.
yeah,
The first few games have proved that.
yeah. They're very likely to set up just the same as Ghana did against us. They'll be dreaming of taking it to extra time and pens, or obviously nicking a goal at 0-0, but not taking as many risks as they want to do to not let us in. And yeah, I agree. It could very likely be a long game for us where we're hoping for a set piece goal or something like that because they're going to
Mm.
be difficult to break down. I mean, I'm saying that like that's how we should be breaking, how we have been breaking teams down. Because apart from Jude Bellingham's goal against Croatia, that has been our way in. Of course, the second goal against Panama was an open play goal with a cross and header, but it's just a case of that seems to have been the thing for England for a number of years now in these sorts of games where we've needed something like a Rashford free kick against Wales in the third game of 2022 World Cup. Feels a similar sort of story that we needed, of course, the corner against Panama the other day. So it could well be one of those, but then again, I felt this way going into the Senegal game back in 2022, and albeit it did take us a little while to get going, and Senegal really could have taken the lead in that game if I remember rightly. But once we got going, we absolutely steamrolled them and beat them 3-0 quite comfortably with three very good open play goals. So it could be one of those where if we have got the players available that we want, we already know that Reece James isn't going to be there, and now Kwanzaa's out as well. So I think it will be Jed Spence going in from the start, which I do think would have been the case anyway if the Panama game was a bit more of a must-win. I think Tuchel decided this was the game where he was going to test the other right back option he would have without Jed Spence because he knows what Jed Spence is going to give him, etc., etc. So I think that's more than likely going to be the case. And then obviously with Rice and Anderson looking like they're both going to be okay, then and Saka now having a bit more up to speed with some minutes in his legs, there'll be lots of positives there. It's just whether they can gel and commit and sort of find their rhythm a bit more, which I think we have struggled to do since that second half against Croatia. It's all looked a little slow, a little hesitant, which you'd like to think they will change and start to find that again in the knockouts. But yeah, no guarantee whatsoever that they will.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like it could well be a case where we just have to score, and that will force the other team out,
Mm-hmm.
especially in a knockout situation. So there is that, and it's about how quickly can you make it click. Um, so there's that. I think the other thing um, for me would be that just generally the play has been just awful.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's down to the opposition, in that they kind of sort of allow us to have the ball in our own half and
Mm.
stuff like that, and then we we don't have room to be creative when we get into like higher areas of the pitch and stuff. I just I just worry, and I think there's nothing that I've seen in the last two games to fill me with confidence that I feel like if we have even half an hour and it's 0-0, we'll start panicking. As
Yeah.
fans, at least.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if the players will,
No.
but I just feel well. I think half an hour, for example, is like enough time to work out whether the goal is coming or the other team are going to go. Okay, this is what we're going to need to do to keep them at bay.
Yeah, you'll be able to suss out how Congo are going to approach the game in that sort of time, aren't we? That's yeah, they're
Mm.
barely coming at us and relying solely on counter attacks. Which, to be fair to them, they haven't. That hasn't been their game plan in everything. I mean, Portugal game they were coming at them quite a lot, especially in the
Hmm.
latter stages, even though they're only drawing. So there's sort of
I
history there.
think I think though, because in that game they conceded early
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of needed to go for it.
Yeah.
In that they would have needed at least a point from that game or the Colombia game. They easily could have got a point from Colombia as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, so I think that the state of the game does force your hand a little bit, well, especially in this stupid group format.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think now it's the knockouts. It's going to be very simple. It's just don't lose the match,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think the game plans are going to be pretty straightforward. Um, but I think we forget some of these knockout games are just not meant to be us just steamrolling other teams. I
That
think
will.
it shouldn't be like that
No.
because the last 16 of a World Cup is high level, and you might get lucky with the draw, but you might not.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen before, even when we do kind of get a nice draw, whether I think of the Ecuador game in '06,
Mm-hmm.
which was horrible.
Yeah.
Like we played okay, we just didn't score,
Needed.
and we needed a David Beckham free kick to do it, and that was it.
Yeah.
Um,
You could even look at
obviously,
Sweden 2018. I know that's not the round of 16, that's quarterfinals, but even that was. I know we did score quite relatively early with a corner from Harry Maguire, but again, a corner is what we needed. And
but I think that's a good example of the game going to plan,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
and like kind of knowing you're the better team, but they're actually also kind of good. Like it wouldn't have been a shock if they beat us,
mm,
but um, we were the favourites in that game, and I think we had to behave like that, if you like.
yeah,
Whereas we've had these games already against Ghana and Panama, where we know we have the better squad, and we're barely squeaking by them,
mm-hmm.
doing what we need to do essentially. But if Ghana batter Croatia, we'd be in second and on the other side of the bracket, and be chaos, at least in the papers and that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, you look at the stuff about you know I don't know. I'm just tired now. I've conked out. I've conked out mid sentence.
Don't know where your point was going there
I,
at all.
I think I'm just tired of waiting for this game. I think.
Oh, already? I still haven't barely processed that we're in the knockouts yet. This
No,
game,
I need to find out whether we're going through now
right?
already.
Yeah, all right.
I'm
You're
very anxious
impatient
about.
already, huh?
I'm very anxious about what kind of game it's going to be.
Mm.
I think because of how the others have gone.
It's interesting. That's
Um,
interesting that because I'm still dining out on that second half against Croatia. We've shown we can play, and I think that when the pressure's a bit more on, but this is not going to. This is going to be more like the England we've seen in 24.
well,
and
it's very
21
true,
6 and
and
2010.
yeah, and I think one of the more startling things about Saturday was that without Declan Rice, there are probably other factors as well, but we seem to have no midfield at all.
Yeah,
at
and it's
times.
being relied on to do the 1v1s, and then is no one's sort of feeling no
There
one's
was like
feeling for it.
no security whatsoever, and that's kind of why it felt like they could have broken on us three, four times. And as much as a better team would have hurt us in those situations, we just wouldn't have set up like
No,
that
it's just
against those better
people
teams. So
kind of
there's
get that.
that.
Hmm.
But that's not a great kind of trait. And like, if we are forced to like have Rice out, if if he picks up too many bookings, or if he you know has an injury issue, then the depth there isn't great. I mean, Kobe Mainoo's still fresh.
Yeah,
Um,
he's become the England's version of Endrick and Carlo Ancelotti now online. Seemingly Tuchel is determined not to play him no matter what happens, which is interesting because that is the sort of game where you do test him just in case we're in that scenario, especially now Reece James isn't available because it looked like in that Croatia game he is the man to throw in at midfield when we want to go for it. And so, yeah, it's another scenario that we could hope to need if that is
he,
what it is. But yeah, we
he's
have.
obviously saving him for a right back slot when Jed Spence gets done in the jaw again.
Oh yeah, yeah. Chalobah just isn't ready to go. It's like okay, right, cool. Yeah, we'll just do that. Lovely,
Square
lovely.
pegs in round holes, love it.
Mhm. 100%. Yeah.
Um, yeah, but do you think that England generally are just horrible to watch, or
Uh,
am I? Because I don't, I think I think like a lot of people, I don't enjoy international football in general. Partly because qualifying is a borderline farce,
mm,
and there's no jeopardy there. And the only time we get jeopardy is now, and now I'm stressing, and it's not meant to be pretty. It shouldn't be pretty,
no, no.
and I shouldn't get annoyed about that. And
Yeah,
I'm not, but at the same time, I'm like, we should be playing better than this, considering who we have at our disposal,
mm,
and I shouldn't be, heading into a game that we did have to win against Panama. No disrespect to Panama, but 0-0 half time. I'm like, "Ah, come on, guys! Like, all I want is to just get through and like not have to stress about who we're playing until like the quarters, hopefully."
yeah. No, I think it's fair, but I think it comes from a situation as well where when you're playing this many games in quick time, more times than not, it is how the game is going to go. That they are going to be a bit more not overexerting themselves, a bit more relaxed, especially when the pressure's not
Yeah, I mean
ridiculous.
it's a very privileged thing to say, and
Yeah,
like there's so many other factors to consider other than just it's not like you're playing on the Xbox, or oh, just check the energy levels are all right and put this team out. It's
yeah,
obviously not like that, is it? There's so much more going on, and um, what with the playing conditions as well.
mhm.
That's a factor too, and getting the right amount of minutes. All sorts of stuff that most people don't consider at all.
No,
Um, but the experience as an England fan feels. If I try to compare it to maybe how the Brazilians are feeling right now, or how Spain are feeling right now. Um, Obviously they have better squads,
yeah.
perhaps, but just generally, I don't feel like we're in that sort of upper table of big teams.
I
Don't
mean,
feel like we're
saying that,
there. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think Spain fans will be all too happy in what they've seen from their team so far. That I mean, they drew 0-0 with Cape Verde and only they obviously did beat Uruguay, but they didn't make that easy. And the team that went out, and yeah, not many of the big teams have shone miles away. Like you can look at Germany as well. I know they steamrolled Curacao, but their two games after that were very disappointing. And I'd be more worried as a German fan after watching what I watched of them play against Ecuador than an England fan where
Well,
we've.
considering there are a lot, I mean, it'd be interesting if they played like that and Ivory Coast held on,
Yeah.
'cause then they'd be in big trouble, and
Hmm.
then they wouldn't be playing France in the last 16.
No. Yeah. If they get.
Which is a bit interesting. I actually think I haven't decided yet whether we're in the good part of the draw.
I think on.
Obviously, you have to win your games. It's a stupid thing to bring
Yeah.
up in a way, but I feel like, um, I mean, funny enough, the USA have had a great stroke of luck with their draw.
Mm.
Um, but I think France will be slightly annoyed given that they feel like they're beating everybody and they might come up against Germany, a team that might hurt them.
Hmm.
Argentina have got a nice draw, I
Well,
think.
yeah, it's them and Brazil were the only other two big teams, if you want to look at it like that, on our side. I mean, we definitely not got an easy side. It's the easier side of the draw in terms of the big
Yeah,
names of the teams, but it's not easy at all. Like, I'm probably feeling like you're feeling with our next game. I'm terrified of the round of 16, whether it's Ecuador or Mexico, for us to go to the Azteca and
yeah.
play.
I prefer Mexico. Sorry, I prefer Ecuador,
Oh, of
100%.
course, yeah, you do. You don't want to play Mexico in their home ground. There's too much narrative there
But
to
I
be
do keep
worried
I
about.
do keep thinking, and I hate looking ahead,
Hmm.
but I do keep thinking, yeah, they're at home, yeah, they've got a great record, but like, it's still Mexico.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it unfair to say that?
I know they've won all three games, but yeah, they haven't. There's been a couple of periods where the teams they've been facing should have taken the lead at some point, and that would have been interesting to see because obviously that didn't happen at any point. But yeah, they haven't had to play anyone ridiculously difficult yet. So I'm really intrigued by their game against Ecuador because I think they're quite evenly matched in terms of what they
It's
should
it's
be able.
weird though. If I'm looking ahead to around a 16 match or a quarter-final match, I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, maybe we'll play. And then like just like post Panama, I'm like, we're shit. Like, and like against Congo, I'm not really confident about this Congo match. I
Interesting you
think
think
it's
it.
gonna be, I think it's gonna be horrible. Win, lose or draw, it's gonna be
Oh
horrible.
yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, if you look at every knockout game we had in the last tournament, every single game was horrible. Like we needed a
That's
last
that is
last
that
minute
is very
goal against
true.
Slovakia. We were 1-0 down
Penalties,
with 8 to play against Switzerland, and
yeah.
the Netherlands game we needed. Well, we're a bit more comfortable there, but the last minute winner was
Last
needed.
minute winner. I mean,
Yeah,
anything can happen at that point.
it's been I think the Senegal game's the only comfortable knockout game we've had in a long time, and of course then we went on to play France and were beaten relatively sillily in the sense that we could have taken a draw out of that. So yeah, I can understand why you're a little bit concerned, but and the fact we didn't concede in our last two games is a good sign as well. I know we were a bit poor defensively against Croatia, but
And fortunate not to give away a penalty against
yeah,
Ghana.
yeah, fair. Hmm.
And I mean, but for some close offsides, um, Panama easily could have nicked one.
No, yeah, I mean they could have scored in the first 20 seconds, which was
Yeah,
would have been great fun and interesting. That would have been a really fun last 89 minutes. So, yeah, I'm certainly not as worried as you are about this game at all, but I can understand why you are a little bit. It's knockout football; anything can
I
happen.
think I think it's verging on like hate watching my own team at
Mm.
this point. It's like I like all the players individually, but as a team, it's a weird feeling to kind of get behind them when they're not kind of inspiring. And I feel again, it's kind of privileged because it's like there's so many other countries that are just grateful to be here, and whatever happens, it's been a great tournament for them already.
Hmm.
And then here I'm just like, well, how are we gonna win the whole thing? Like that's ever happened.
Yeah, that's
Um,
cool.
but at the same time, I think because of just previous tournaments and the way we just like we didn't even concede a goal in qualifying and things like this, it was like, okay, well, if we can beat Latvia, we can beat anyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
And then you just trick yourself thinking, oh yeah, it's our year, and then we just play awfully.
mm,
Um, and then uh, as you've kind of reminded me, it's kind of not meant to be like that at a World
uh,
Cup.
I mean, I know this is being a little bit harsh, but you've had it all season as an Arsenal fan where you've had plenty of games where you played awfully and still won. I mean, that's what you have to do sometimes. I know you'd rather see a good game from England and be a bit more excited about it, but that's how you win trophies. You have to just be a bit when you are playing.
Yeah,
You just get the job done,
I
which is what England have been doing. So
I don't think England are anywhere near Arsenal's level, but I take your point.
thank you. Yeah, no, I know. I was stretching it a little bit with that, but there are some similarities there, of course.
Um, shall we discuss another bit of fallout from the Panama game that
Hmm.
you brought to my attention regarding Jude Bellingham, which I
Hmm.
found I don't know, it's kind of strange behaviour, I guess,
Mm.
from a certain journalist. If you want to do
Yeah,
the honours.
yeah. So he was rightfully called out about this was Mr. Craig Hope from the Daily Mail that at full time on Saturday night, he tweeted, "We have England's plan A. Give it to Bellingham. The moments the man produced two big ones there, and you'd still worry about England against top opposition." He went on to say, but yeah, the fact he's calling Bellingham England's plan A after what he said back in October and November, which was why Thomas Tuchel should leave divisive soloist Jude Bellingham out of his World Cup squad. Doesn't matter how good a player he is. This is why his ridiculous antics threaten England's shot at glory.
Oh, so it wasn't even to do with how good he is at football.
No, just did. He was stirring up the narrative that he's a problem off the pitch, which was not based on very much. I think another thing he said was ex-players blaming media for fallout from Jude Bellingham's petulant is like blaming the mirror for the haircut. The truth is Bellingham needs to look at himself. This is why I think England have a better chance without him at the World Cup. It's like
that just doesn't. That's not an argument for that.
No,
that theory, is it?
But it's just typical sort of English media regarding the.
Oh, it's extremely Daily Mail. His employer.
Yeah, of course. And then Craig Hope isn't the shining beacon in that paper either. He is sadly like the rest of them are there. And when he put out that positive tweet about Bellingham at the weekend, every single reply is just a photo of all these articles that he wrote.
Everyone kept the receipts. I like it.
It's like you're not going to acknowledge that you tried to tear him down when we were in our final break before this tournament. Like what on earth is going on here? Like it's the annoying thing that's always followed the England team around. I think since before even I was born, that from sort of the mid-90s onwards, that for some reason some of the journalists in the big outlets just find a problem with everything or any little thing they can with the England team, and not more.
Did you know the manager's German?
Oh yeah. How dare he be that? He can't be that. It's not going to work. It just seems typical that at least one or the best player that England have seems to be the target of this sort of thing, and it's just so silly that they just can't acknowledge that they were wrong. At least with these sort of things, they just pretend that they never wrote that in the first place and they never created this.
Did he ever respond to any criticism?
No, none of the replies have been answered to any sort of calling out. He's only replied to ones that don't reference it at all.
You'd earn so much respect by like holding your hands up as well.
Exactly. That's what journalists should do. They should acknowledge that they wrote this hit piece and, oh no, I'm wrong. I mean, that's all you have to say in the tweet that he's put out. Is the fact he's saying that he's England's plan A, which, I mean, he got man of the match in the last two games. I know he acknowledged that he didn't deserve it in the Cardiff game, maybe, but yeah, he's clearly believes that what everyone with a pair of eyes can see, that he is one of, if not England's best player, with Harry Kane on the side.
That to me sounds like he's identified Jude Bellingham as a divisive figure.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I have my own reservations about Jude Bellingham in that. As much as an ego is a positive thing when you're that good, I don't like watching him exhibit that ego.
Interesting.
I don't like it. You know, it's almost like when he does his celebration, which is a cool celebration actually, but it kind of smacks of like, yeah, I'm the man. Like, yeah, well,
yeah, he is.
You know,
if he's doing it when he scored a goal. Like, that's
that's fair enough. I didn't like. Do you remember? Was it in the Euros when he was like, "Who else?"
Oh yeah, he had just scored an overhead kick in the 94th minute.
No, again, that as much as that's the moment for it, that rubs me up the wrong way. A little bit,
which is why he's divisive, because there'll be people on my side of the coin who want that sort of thing.
I'm not saying don't play him because he does that.
No, of course I know you're not. Yeah, but I think it's a key thing you need in an international team. You want to be successful. You need someone with a bit of an ego like that, but can make it count. Like that's.
I think the other thing, probably the most worrying thing that I feel about Jude Bellingham is I feel like that ego has the capacity to spill over into hot-headedness territory, and he's like one day going to be like a walking red card.
To be fair, he's not without that sort of thing. I remember when Chelsea played Dortmund back in 2023, in the second leg, he was very lucky not to be sent off because he just lost his head in the final 10 minutes, picked up a yellow card for a silly tackle, put another silly tackle in. Then was any time there was a little bit of a foul given, the Chelsea players were kicking off a little bit about it, he was right there in the centre of it, just making himself a pointless nuisance. So yeah, he has. I know that's 3 years ago now, and he was quite young.
Well,
He was 21 back then. So
he was giving away fouls against Ghana a bit like that, sort
Mhm.
of just like out of frustration, and
Yeah,
they weren't awful fouls, but one day they might be. If he just comes steaming into somebody, or um, I remember at the Euros, I actually called it out. I think he's the most likely player to do this,
Mhm.
and particularly when things aren't going well. And that's another anxiety from, England just toiling
I guess
um,
that could be a
to
PTSD
score a
from
goal.
other England tournaments as well, where we've seen Wayne Rooney
Yeah,
get sent off and David. Well, I know we're too young to remember David Beckham from '98, but yeah, one of your big players is capable of getting a red card in those moments. It's
yeah,
come embedded in England in from those history things. So
yeah.
yeah.
And Rooney missed the start of Euros 2012 because he kicked out
Hmm.
as well in
Yeah,
qualifying.
yeah, get that. Yeah,
Um, so it happens, um, and it's about managing those emotions. And I feel like it's not it's not a case of don't play him so he doesn't do it,
no,
but it's like you've got to. I don't know. That's my anxiety when I watch Jude Bellingham.
no, that's fair enough. But you have it on the flip side as well. I've spoken about the Senegal game for 22 quite a few times, but he was very key in those goals in that game too. So that's the benefit
Mm.
you get from someone like that. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna happen.
mad. He was a teenager when he was doing that,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and now he's
I
still only
I
early
remember back
20s, and
Euro 21. I wanted him in the squad then, even though he was only about 18. I was like, yeah, he should be starting, in my opinion, because that was the midfield we had at the time. Obviously, Calvin Phillips ended up playing that role and playing it really well back then instead. But yeah, it's going to happen when you have a player like that who's going to show a bit of personality, and sort of the personality that he shows is going to rub people up the wrong way sometimes because some people don't like that sort of thing,
yeah.
whereas some
I think
people,
as long as you're not upsetting teammates,
oh yeah, which
do whatever you want.
from anything we've seen, any sort of media narrative that he's a problem in the dressing room has turned out to be complete nonsense. So, yeah, he's clearly plays a role for the younger players too. I remember Rio and Gamoa was handed the cap by, and Jude Bellingham gave a great speech about him, and a lot of people who have already made up their minds about Jude Bellingham didn't like us. Like, what Jude Bellingham doing? It's like we set an example for a young teammate. It's a good thing. You need that
Yeah.
in your room of decent
Also,
boys.
he's like you think about what he's done in his career so far as well. Like he's starting for Real Madrid,
Hmm.
and he's a kid,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I feel like we forget like how like cool that is.
Yeah.
Like you don't just get that,
No.
and that's the level of talent that he is.
Yeah.
Um, so I think we're very lucky to have him, and
Hmm.
it's weird. I mean, look, Craig Hope could easily have like moaned about Cole Palmer and be proved right when he didn't get put in the team,
Hmm.
but I think Jude Bellingham is another level in that, and to leave him out would have been, if Cole Palmer not making the team or Trent not making the team is controversial, then Jude not making the team would have been sort of like a
Oh, yeah.
sackable offence.
Really ridiculous. Yeah, considering he's had two major tournaments where he's been completely key, whereas Cole Palmer's just had the goal in the final and of course the assist against Netherlands. But yeah, he's not hadn't had that many moments in an England shirt, whereas yeah, Bellingham's done it consistently.
And just like not having a great season
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general.
I know Bellingham hasn't had his best either, but he was still a key part of Real Madrid, especially in the run-in. So yeah, it would have been insane. He's very clearly alongside Harry Kane a first name on that team sheet, and of course Pickford as well. But yeah, no, it's we're going to need him in these knockout games, and hopefully he shows the good side of him rather than the side that we feared he could be capable of. But we'll wait and see.
Nice one. Okay, let's turn our attention then to becoming my favourite bit of these World Cup episodes, where we moan about the broadcasters.
Hmm.
Um, my main gripe this week is with BBC, because every time that it comes on, I feel considerably underwhelmed by the opening credits.
Mm.
I just it's if you look at their older ones, it's not even close.
Mm.
Like it just feels like a very normal match,
Right.
basically. And I'm not going to remember these opening credits in years to come in the
Mm.
same way that, the other, major tournament ones have stayed in my brain. I mean, I don't know why the main one that comes to mind is Italianati. I wasn't even alive. But like,
That is an iconic one, to be fair.
but
So.
like this is like, I don't know, it just feels very bland. And I think the thing about it for me is it doesn't um, sort of evoke anything related to the host nations, which is what makes the tournament unique
Mhm.
and what makes the credits memorable, I guess. It just feels very standard. It's just got loads of players in it in cartoon form, and
Mm.
you've got Mbappe running through someone's France fingernails, and
No,
I'm
lovely.
like, oh, great idea. Um, and I just feel like it's not like a lack of effort; it's just rubbish.
Yeah.
Um,
When you brought this up before we started recording, I said I couldn't actually tell you what it looks like. Is how little impact it's had. I mean, of
yeah,
course, if you're comparing it to ITV's, which it's still even now we're halfway through the tournament, I'm still very much enjoying having that Life is a Highway still playing every time we go to the ad
I
break.
just I just have this urge to scream it.
Yeah, they've
This is
seemingly nailed it. And as you started speaking there, I've been reminded in my head of how horrific the BBC's one was for the last World Cup as well. I don't know if you remember it.
we did briefly mention this
Oh,
last
did
time,
we?
I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. With the guy Mowbray, here we go, being replayed over and over again.
I hope that he sanctioned that because
Oh
otherwise
yeah,
that's a hate crime.
yeah. It was appalling. So, yeah, it's not like BBC. I haven't had previous with appalling sort of openings. I mean, I think it's become a staple of ITV for them to have an unbelievably good one. I think since sort of 2010 is the main one. The first one I can sort of remember off the top of my head. I'm not sure what their '06 one was, if I can think about it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that one we had with the
But all you've got to do is find, see who the hosts are, get their landmarks, and
Mhm.
just superimpose players running through it.
Yeah,
Like that's kind of it.
that's all you need.
And just put some like appropriate music of the style of the team
Hmm.
that's hosting it, and then it feels like you're transported to another world, and it feels like you're there,
Mm.
even if you are going to go end up with the BBC green screen, of course. But um, I just it's started to gnaw away at me. I
Ah,
think
enough. I
I'm
mean,
just
yeah,
like,
it should be there to hype up it's the biggest football tournament in the world. Like, it should be of that standard. And yeah, if it's not, then it's a shame.
yeah.
Mm.
Um, but it's first world problems, and that.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll just advise you stop watching the coverage from when they start and just tune in about 5 minutes before.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean, sometimes it is genuinely just 10 minutes before anyway,
yeah, that is.
which
I
has
forget you
been,
have been awake for these morning games where you would kind
yeah.
of not be able to avoid that, not have anything else to do at 4 in the morning. So yeah,
Yeah, so there is that, and but if I'm losing
Steam.
brain power again.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's
I just want to exhale about it.
fair enough.
That's the thing. Oh, the edit for this episode is going to be awful for me. You're
No,
gonna have to. You're gonna have to.
I'm leaving it all in, all of it. Staying.
I think you are. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you'll enjoy.
All I'm saying is stick with it.
Mm.
Stick with it, guys. Especially because I thought we might play a little game.
Yeah, okay, okay. I'm ready. I'm ready. What have we got? What have we got for me?
So, BBC and ITV have decided who's going to show all the knockout games from the round of 32,
Hmm.
and I thought maybe we could try and sort of not guess who might have picked what, because it's down to scheduling. It's not
Hmm.
down to who's playing really. But I thought, could we kind of decipher whether a fixture is sort of pure BBC or pure ITV, and kind of try and figure out some reasons what makes a game a quintessential BBC match
Mm.
or an ITV match.
Yeah, just from
Um, I
involved.
I
Yeah.
I feel like we're maybe stepping on football cliches toes with this kind of thing.
Ah,
Who are,
maybe.
who are awesome at this kind of stuff. But I thought this is a good opportunity,
No.
not to be missed.
I'm with.
And so um, obviously we're one game in already, but I do think, and I haven't looked at this beforehand.
No,
Tried to,
I haven't checked the schedule at all. So.
and I've also tried to avoid seeing which broadcaster's doing what.
Hmm.
But I do absolutely think South Africa Canada is an ITV match.
Oh, really? Okay, because I disagree immediately. I know it was on ITV last night, but
Yeah.
I think of
Oh,
the three host nations, Canada feel the only one that fit a BBC narrative in my brain.
see, I've gone the other way.
Mm.
So because when I think of South Africa, I think of the opening game in 2010,
Right.
which was
Okay.
ITV, and I think that just instantly now feels like an ITV game.
Nah, fair. Yeah, I mean that's going to be the difficult thing with these is that one team may be very BBC and one may be very ITV. So yeah, you got to
Yeah.
pick which one is standing out in your mind. So yeah, no.
We've got to work out why that is because it's a weird instinctive decision that we're
Yeah.
making here.
No, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. What are we doing? Okay, let's keep going. Let's
Oh, you
see
got,
let's
you got to
see
believe in
let's
yourself.
see how long we can do this before we get bored. There's 16 games,
I think
right?
a lot of them will be. Some of them won't have a lot to say,
So
but
we're disagreeing on the first one.
yeah, it's a good
All
start.
right, okay, okay. I'm staying firm on that. I think that's
Yeah,
nice.
no need to.
Maybe slightly biased because I did see it on ITV.
Yeah.
Maybe that's clouded my judgment slightly.
Mm.
Brazil, Japan.
Ooh, feels very ITV to me. Just
I think it's ITV as well.
I think
Yeah,
Brazil were annoyingly just more of an ITV team than a BBC one. Japan would be
yeah.
if they were the favourites. Japan, I'd probably put it on BBC. They feel a bit more BBC.
Yeah, I think group stage Brazil feels BBC, and then knockout stage Brazil feels ITV.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
cannot explain that,
No, me neither.
but that's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's the feeling I agree with. Yeah, yeah, I like it.
Okay, Germany, Paraguay,
BBC.
massive BBC game.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
Any Germany game where they're not playing anyone else that big, yeah, they feels very BBC.
yeah,
Again,
yeah.
no reason
If
other
it's
than
Germany, Spain, that's ITV straight away.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why. I think any time Germany play, I just imagine Guy Mowbray commentating over it rather than Sam Atterface or Seb Hutchinson. Yeah, that feels more that side.
Netherlands, Morocco.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, weirdly, I think that could go either way. Judging
Yeah,
by the
my
sounds you're
instinct
making,
there
I
was to
agree.
say ITV because it's two bigger sides in a.
I think it's ITV just.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the fact that the Netherlands are another team that feel quite BBC coded, but I think that's because England have played them quite a few times. I'm thinking more 96 rather than 2024, and that I've only seen the BBC highlights of that.
Oh, that would have been ITV, wouldn't it?
It probably would have been, yeah.
That 96 one?
I think I've seen the BBC commentary more times than I have.
I'm
The
not sure.
ITV
Not
ones,
sure.
but yeah,
But yeah, I think I don't know. There's something ITV about Morocco that I
yeah.
can't put my finger on.
That's yeah. I think,
And it's a kind of a close game kind of thing, rather than a run-of-the-mill group match.
yeah,
I think that nudges it into ITV territory.
yeah. That's the main point I've feel.
Should I be checking if we've got them right?
I think we can have a look at yeah. You can have a look, and I think that's
Because I don't want to. Okay, so South Africa, we got bang on. It's ITV.
great.
Yeah, well done.
I do remember them.
Brazil, Japan, we think ITV. It's ITV.
Okay, nice. Yeah,
I'm
good.
trying to not spoil the
Yeah,
the ones I haven't
don't scroll
seen.
down too far. Yeah.
Germany, Paraguay. We said BBC. It's BBC.
Yeah.
That's 3 for 3. Netherlands, Morocco. We're going ITV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's ITV.
Oh my god. We're
Oh
getting
my
it
god,
all right. This is just insanity.
People won't believe what's happening.
No, I'm
Right,
ready to get one wrong.
fifth game. Ivory Coast, Norway.
Oh, see,
I'm going BBC.
okay, yeah, it's another one like early doors where one team feels very ITV and one feels very BBC. Like Ivory Coast. For some
Which
reason,
one do you think is?
I think for some reason Ivory Coast was ITV jumping out immediately at me, whereas
Okay.
Norway feel more BBC. I think if it's if
I think the BBC-ness of Norway is outweighing.
yeah, I
the
will
other.
agree with you on that. I think if the best player of the team is a very Premier League coded player, I think that
Yes.
feels BBC to me. That's where
That's such a good point. That is such a good point.
Is just so match of the day like type
Yeah.
highlight player rather than anything else. So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you.
All right. BBC. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's BBC.
Oh, we're cooking here.
I can't believe this is
Yeah,
going insanely well.
I know.
All right, here's a big one. France, Sweden.
Oh.
I'm going BBC again.
I was about to say, even though it's a biggish game, yeah, BBC. It feels
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's France or Sweden affecting that. I'm not really.
I don't know if it's a Scandinavian team thing because I feel
Maybe.
yeah, like the Scandinavian teams just feel very BBC to me for some reason. I'm not sure
Yeah.
why. Maybe they're because they're not flary and everything else. Maybe that's what plays into it. I think ITV for some reason just emits flair football teams to me, which is on no reasoning whatsoever. But yeah, BBC I'd go with for that.
All right, okay. Oh, it's ITV.
I'm happy we got one wrong.
Yeah. At least it's now officially not a fix.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and our narratives aren't based on anything. Good.
yeah.
Big fan.
Whereas in reality, it's just based on whether ITV would prefer to show Emmerdale.
Yeah, yeah.
This is it.
Interrupts.
They need to show it. This is an important show.
Yeah.
Can't believe I've said that on the airwaves. Anyway, Mexico, Ecuador.
Ooh, that feels
Now-
very ITV to me.
Yeah, ordinarily I would call it BBC, but given they're the host nation,
Yeah,
I'm going ITV.
Yeah.
I think host nation is very ITV.
yeah. That's what I was thinking with Canada. Both USA and Mexico feel very ITV to me. It's
Yeah.
and this is Mexico against it's a big game
Right.
for Mexico. So yeah, ITV surely.
Mexico, Ecuador is ITV.
Yeah.
We're back.
They are so back. Let's go.
Right. England, DR Congo. Now I know
So do I. Yeah.
which channel it is being shown, England, DR Congo.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
But I have to say, I think England versus an African team feels very ITV.
Yeah, it's very off of the feeling of England Senegal was on ITV. So yeah, I would agree there. It feels like that could be BBC, but no, I think ITV for early stage knockouts feel very ITV for England team games anyway. So yeah,
Bailey's just loving this debate. Yeah, you might have to take on Belgium Senegal while he dies down.
yeah, Belgium Senegal. Oof, that feels BBC to me. I think Belgium are another one of those sides where they're sort of on the cusp of being a big team, but they're not quite there, which feels very more BBC coded than ITV. And they're not playing any. I know Senegal are one of the bigger teams, but I think that feels very BBC to me. I'm intrigued to find out if that's correct or not, or if you agree with me too.
I do agree with you.
Okay,
I think you've got it. You've got it bang on. However, it's an ITV match. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Again, happy to get it wrong.
Okay, the next game. I'm completely torn on this.
Okay.
The next game is USA Bosnia Herzegovina.
Oh, yeah, I can see why you are. I know I've said already that USA feel very ITV, but an opponent like Bosnia, I feel like the Balkans fit in the same narrative as the Scandinavian teams to me, that they feel very BBC. Oh, I think I'd still, even though it's what I've just said about Bosnia, the fact it's the USA in a knockout game, it's ITV for me still. I mean, that overpowers it just enough.
I don't know.
Oh, you're not convinced?
I don't know. I feel like I'm taking this way too seriously.
Ah, it'd be a pointless exercise if we didn't. No, it's weird.
I think the thing for me is because wait, am I wrong in saying this? I think the first two USA games were on BBC,
Oh, really? Right. Okay.
and
Yeah.
I think that's ingrained them in my brain as a BBC team.
Fair
And
enough.
like the meaningless group game was ITV. It's like, oh, let them have that one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I think, oh, here we go, knockout round for USA. It's a BBC. So I would just go BBC, I think. But I can see why you've gone ITV.
Yeah. What is the answer?
Ooh, it's BBC,
Oh,
which means I'm beating you now.
yeah. Oh, no.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. No one else.
Not sure what the winner gets here,
No.
other than mad respect.
Oh, yeah. Score points. That's what we're here for. Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
Spain, Austria.
Whoa. So as soon as you said Spain, I thought ITV, but I forgot they're playing Austria, who are another team that feel very BBC to me. And I know they're not Balkans or Scandinavian, but they are a middling Central European side. So that's again,
Middling and Central. That's quite
mm,
cool. Yeah.
got to be. They are as both
I,
as you can be. So,
yes. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I think I'd go BBC for that one.
I would as well.
Hmm.
I would as well. I think a bit like Germany, if it's a huge game for Spain, like no obvious favorite kind of thing,
Hmm.
it feels ITV. If it's anything less than that, it feels like it's going to be more BBC.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I
Again,
agree.
don't know why.
Yeah, based on.
Who cares? What are we doing?
Oh yeah,
But
doubting
it,
the source. That's as soon as you
it's
done that.
BBC. We've done it again.
Yeah, see, this is why. That's why we're here. This is why we're here.
Um, right, we have five left.
Okay.
Portugal, Croatia.
Oh, see, Ronaldo is very ITV coded to me. So I think
Yeah,
it would have to be someone very, very BBC heavy for me to take them away from ITV. So that's ITV for me.
I think it's ITV as well. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think the Croatia makes it more ITV as well.
Yeah, I'll give you that too. Yeah, they do.
I think if it was a lesser European nation, it would be BBC.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, like I don't know, like a Bosnia, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
That would feel very BBC. But Portugal, Croatia, close-ish match.
Mhm.
Ronaldo, like you say. Yeah, that feels ITV.
Mm.
Ready to find out?
Yeah, please.
Oh, that one's BBC.
It's the Balkan pool of Croatia. That's what that is. That's making that's what,
Of course,
yeah,
of course, it just has to be.
yeah.
Um, all right, okay, don't worry. We can still win this thing.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
How-
good grief, 4 a.m. on the 3rd of July. This one
oh,
is that the late? Yeah, it's the latest kickoff of all
Huge
times.
2 a.m.s, but
And also, not only is it no disrespect to these nations, but not only is it the only 4 a.m. kickoff, it's Switzerland against Algeria.
oh, that's as you say, no disrespect, because annoyingly Algeria did give us one of the best games of the group stages, but at a time where I'm
Oh, mate.
conscious for it.
We'll come on to that in a second.
Yeah, that's annoying. That feels very BBC.
Yeah,
Algeria do feel a little ITV to me, but I think
yeah,
Switzerland,
I feel the same, but
Switzerland, like Austria, are very, very
I
BBC.
think a meh knockout game is very BBC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's BBC.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um, Australia, Egypt.
Oh, that feels very ITV to me. That one.
It does feel very ITV,
I think
doesn't it?
Australia have been an ITV team, sort of feeling team for a long time. So yeah,
Yes, and I think Egypt are as well. Again, like, no actual reason why.
Yeah,
Completely
I know. I made all those points
just on
about Haaland
vibes.
for Norway, and I know Salah's probably fits into that same narrative. But I think because they've had more Champions League sort of runs, I know City have obviously won it and come quite far a lot of the time. But ITV still feels very Champions League coded, even though they've not had it for over a decade now. And Salah feels a very Champions League player rather than more of the Premier League version of
Yeah,
Liverpool. So
yeah,
that's my thinking there.
yeah. Again, I can't prove what you said is correct, but you're correct.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
completely right.
makes all the sense.
What is going on?
I know. Yeah.
I do agree with you. I do also think that's ITV, but it's on BBC.
Oh, well done, BBC. Congratulations.
Wow, that's going to be a groundbreaking piece of telly.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
Second last game. Oh man, I don't even know. Argentina, Cape Verde.
Oh.
I think it's just ITV.
Oh, really? I disagree. I think Cape Verde, the underdog teams always feel quite BBC to me. That's for whatever reason. I think, and because Ronaldo's so ITV heavy, I feel like Messi just counteracts that in my brain as a BBC
Okay.
person. But I think that's more to do with Ronaldo than Messi. I think Messi
I
on ITV just as strongly.
I would probably happily go with your shout there.
Yeah.
My instinct was ITV. I can't explain why again as usual in this game.
Yeah.
Stupid game. But I don't know. I feel like Argentina against a very unfancy team feels ITV.
Mm.
I think like the opposite to Spain, Germany.
Yeah, fair.
I
I think
think.
because in my mind, I have a delusional thought that Cape Verde have a chance in this. So
Oh, I'm with you.
okay,
I'm
that's true. Yeah,
absolutely with you.
I
I
just
I just think
envisioned them taking them to extra time, and then Argentina pull something out of the bag.
if
Like,
there's anything in South American similarities and between Argentina and Uruguay, and if
mm,
they can move the ball around in the way they did in that game, then
yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
think we're just
And the other cool thing is I don't think it's going to be a backs to the wall thing for them
no,
either.
no. That's not how they've been getting their points, has it? They've been defending, but not only defending. They've
And I
been
don't
no,
think it's going to be like playing Spain either.
no, no. I
So,
mean,
oh,
Argentina, of course, have won all their games relatively comfortably, but there's still that bit in my brain.
yeah. I don't think it's not a true banana skin,
No,
but I feel like they can do something.
yeah. If they can keep it 0-0 as long as they possibly can, that's when the hope will start
Yeah.
growing. So,
So was siding with BBC on this.
yeah, if you've got no strong
It's
thoughts,
ITV. I told you.
yeah. So you're clearly better than this than I
I'm
am.
fuming.
Even though the answers aren't what because of what we're feeling. But yeah, you're clearly better than this and me.
I just like just see them in the room the way they decide this thing.
Oh,
They know what you're talking about. Like just tearing shreds out of each other
oh yeah,
because
yeah.
of
They take this as seriously as
how
well.
their channel identifies.
Mm. Yes, yeah, yeah. The last
And
one.
the last one, 2:30
Ooh.
on the 4th
Oh,
of
that's
July.
such an annoying little caveat.
Well, it's the third game of the day still,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we've had 3 and 4 a.m. So
Half,
two
half
thirty
one, half
sounds.
one is palatable. I can get to the second half of half one. Half two, I'm probably not even bothering.
Um, yeah, it's a good hour and a half after Argentina finish.
Mm.
Although there's the possibility of penalties now, so they don't want this to
Yeah,
overlap.
yeah, I do forget that you do actually need the gaps now, don't
Yeah.
you?
Colombia versus Ghana.
Mm. Ooh, yeah,
ITV, easy.
yeah. Colombia are very ITV. I think
Yeah.
again because of England Colombia from 2018. That's
Yeah,
that was
I forget that. That's a
yeah,
good point. Yeah,
yeah,
but I think Ghana as well.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
well, I
I don't
can't
know.
recall what channel their 2010 was, but I think that was BBC.
Yeah, so again, I think of Garner, I think of Michael Essien, and he's very BBC sort of in my mind. But again, yeah, that's the fact that it's Colombia pulls it a bit more into ITV territory. That's terrifying that would be a potential England game had it all gone wrong on Saturday. Imagine
I,
playing half two in the run.
I don't know why I'm delighted by this, but it is ITV.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you see,
And you're right. I'm absolutely delighted that's not A, who we're playing, B, when we're playing.
oh yeah, yeah.
It would have been a repeat of 2018 in that it was the last knockout game
Mm,
in the first round of knockouts.
it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Mental. There's a round of 16 after this. Absolutely mental.
Don't you worry. By Friday we're there already, which is how quickly these are going.
I know. It's pretty good. But so I think we got maybe what 4 or 5 wrong. I should have been keeping
there were
score,
only a
really.
handful there where we didn't differ that we got wrong. Yeah, most of the ones we agreed on.
But we had a great start. I think we knew what England one was, but we got that wrong.
yeah, we're on our vibes.
So that one kind of didn't count.
No.
But we did pretty good. Over half, easy.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, can't wait to do that in 4 years. It'll be great.
Yeah. Well, no, we're doing this every round. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait to do the semi-finals where we're just we know one or the other is going to have them. But we go.
Yeah. No prizes for guessing who gets the final.
Mm.
But we'll do it anyway for
Oh,
a laugh.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Shove your top 5.
Yeah, there's a good few fixtures in there. I think actually from looking at a football standpoint, there
It is.
a lot of people have. I know there are a few duds in there too, but that was going to be always going
But
to.
they could be class.
Yeah,
And that brings me on to my next point, which is how fucking amazing Algeria versus Austria was. When the whole build-up was, oh, they might do what they did in '82. Well, firstly, Algeria didn't do anything in
No, but they were
'82.
just as involved as Germany were. Yeah.
They were the ones being screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there was this idea that they would just play for a draw,
Yeah.
and it would be a bore fest.
Hmm.
because a draw helped both of them out. And then there was this other narrative where they actually both wanted to lose because the loser would end up um, playing Spain.
Hmm.
Sorry, no, the winner would end up playing
Yeah,
Spain.
yeah.
And obviously that has transpired. Austria are going to play Spain.
Mm.
Um, but I hated this narrative because obviously there's a third place thing now, which is different.
Hmm.
But under any normal circumstances, you can path your way out of a group, and you'd obviously always want to get out the group. And if you're drawn into the group next to Spain, you're gonna know that's a possibility,
Yeah, that's
and
all.
you're not gonna go, "Oh, I'd rather go home than play Spain because we'd lose."
Mm.
That's just daft.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I mean, the alternative was playing Switzerland, which, okay, on paper is great,
Yeah.
but um, I just thought that it just assumed that Spain are going to turn up as well.
Yeah, yeah, as I barely hinted at earlier, yeah, Spain haven't been ridiculously at their nowhere near their levels yet, and there's a world where they don't find that in time. So there's a good chance that Austria. I know they've been a bit disappointing in terms of actually getting results over the line, but they've still got a decent amount of quality about them. And there's Spain. It's not going to be shouldn't be that easy for Spain if they, especially if they're struggling to find a goal early doors. So
Yeah, that's the other thing. I think if you're Spain, you don't really want a team like Austria.
no, yeah,
I don't think.
there were plenty of other teams who have made the round of 32 who they'd much rather have. Of course, the scheduling was.
Yeah, I think in terms of being a round of 32 clash, I think
Mm.
Spain would be like, we'll see Argentina and Cape Verde and Germany getting Paraguay, and they'll just sit in there like, hey, what's that about? What have
Wow.
we got Austria? This is like a top two in the qualifying, deciding who gets through
Mm.
automatically or something like that.
To be fair,
That's what it feels like.
they've played a part in Cape Verde getting to that spot. So it's
Yeah.
yeah. That's the rewards
God,
of their fate.
can you imagine Argentina Spain around 32?
Oh yeah, that
I
would
mean,
be incredible. But yeah,
yeah,
no, you are
nuts.
right with the game. I one thing I did find funny, I did somehow end up on an Algerian reel yesterday where they were live watching the game with the highlights of it, and their celebrations were larger for the Austria equaliser than their actual winner, which would have been a
I'd
winner.
love it if the whole thing was just trolling.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
as soon as the third Algeria goal goes in, and they're just like, go on,
yeah. We'll give you a
just like
chance.
go score goal.
Go on, it'd be fun. Yeah.
Uh, um, and it'd be just nice to like, so they can have like a shared moment. They both go through. It's mad to think that Austria would have gone home in that way,
Hmm.
and then it's even madder to think that's how they've gone through.
Yeah.
Um, and that's why you stay up when it's bright outside.
Ugh.
Um, and yeah, it's just totally worth it.
Yeah,
Totally worth
I
it.
sadly had overdone it on enjoying the alcohol during the England game. But I did not make it to that game. I was
Oh, I
very
couldn't tell you were enjoying the alcohol
no,
that night.
no. Is that not clear in my
No, no,
group
not at
chat
all.
messages? No,
I
no.
will not. I will not read out your text to
Oh, you
me.
make it say like I've said ridiculous things. It's all,
Oh, quite possibly.
yeah, no. It was all above board. It was perfectly fine.
Well, I doubt that.
The human song, the cup, who had it was all his fault. What do you mean?
We, 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 we could change the subject very quickly if you
Thank
prefer.
you.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, Algeria and Austria, right? Yeah, of course. Um, so yeah, I didn't like the narrative, which I think would have been a thing even without the history between those two nations as well,
Mhm. Yeah.
because obviously just the way their group ended up, and I think it's another sort of indictment on the format itself. Just
Mm.
having third place teams go through is just, ugh,
Yeah,
it's just.
it has diluted it completely. I mean, I know they're probably going to do this in the next World Cup, but if you're going to have third place teams going through, you need more groups than we have because the fact that only 12 teams went home in the group.
Well, no, because I think if you do that, you just have more second place teams then, don't you?
You
You just
do,
don't.
yeah,
You
but
don't have third places at all.
I think my
then.
thinking
If
was there just means the more teams will be going out who finish third, as it were. There'll be a bit more of a jeopardy that finishing third is much less of a guarantee than going
Yeah, I
through.
did see some people saying, "Oh, do it with 40 teams,
Mm,
and then you can only have um, like two best third place teams or
mm,
something like that." And I was
yeah,
like, that's a different version of the same problem.
yeah. It's
Uh, the other alternative is going to 64 teams,
mm,
which would be an absolute disaster, both from a qualification point of view,
mm.
because then nobody would ever just like none of the big teams will miss out, even Italy.
Oh yeah.
They'll find a way.
Right away, yeah. They'll
Um,
get to a five round playoff.
but then, like the amount of football, the tournament would take 2 months, and we just don't have 2 months
No, yeah,
to, because okay, you might fit it in before the season starts, but then the players are going to have a rest, and then you
yeah,
just ruin the start of that season, basically.
yeah. There's no
Um,
thinking in that.
and but I wouldn't be surprised to know where FIFA's priorities lie.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I think I read somewhere that Infantino is against the 64 team World Cup.
Yeah, I think he's
Um,
he's not green lighted it, which is
which
because
thank
some
thank
delicacy.
goodness.
Mm,
But I think as fun as it has been, it's been fun because it's because of the football rather than the format.
oh yeah.
Um, and I think that the 48 team aspect of it has been as disastrous as I thought it would be,
Mm,
in
yeah.
that it has ruined the group stage to an extent.
Mm,
And the round of 32, the fact that it's a round of 32 is not exciting me in any way. I
mm,
don't. I mean, it's kind of annoying that there's another round almost.
mm.
Um, and it's just going on, which is
Yeah, but
okay. It's good on one hand, but as far as the tournament's concerned, I'm just like kind of need to get it done with now.
yeah. It'll be interesting to see if we do get a few shocks in this round, whether that changes your mind in any way. I mean, the fact that we're going to be jumping from round of 32 to round of 16 in the next 4 days, well, is a bit more helpful because obviously in the normal World Cup situation, we would have a day off between the group stages and the round of 16, and then another day off between that. I don't think we get a day off at all until this time next week, which is going to be very strange. I mean, it was strange enough having only one game yesterday after the ridiculous amount of football we've had. I know scheduling wise, that was the only game they could realistically schedule for that day without really screwing over one of the teams who'd finished in third, and then would only have about a day to prepare or know what team they'd be playing, and vice versa with the team who would
But
end up facing them.
that's the other thing with the schedule. Like technically, we didn't know how the bracket was going to look like until we knew who was qualifying out as a third place team.
Yeah. Until that
Um,
day, yeah, we didn't know everything at all. So yeah,
and I think it's I mean it's not more fun, but like it just makes more sense to be able to map out uh oh, if we win we'll play this team from that group or that team. If it was very simple, and the simplicity was part of the appeal, and they've
yeah.
just taken that away for the sake of a whole other round of matches. Barely anybody's been eliminated, like in the
Mm.
context of the whole thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, it has been funny that we've had this extended format, and Scotland have still managed to not make it out of the group stage. I don't think we
Yeah,
can
and
take.
the other thing I liked about that was before that Brazil game, they were going, "Oh yeah, the stats are showing that um, even if they lose by two, they're
Mhm.
gonna be fine."
Yeah.
And then, and
I annoyingly can't remember who it was they had pitch side giving analysis, but it was Ailey Barber and a former Scotland player, and they both agreed that the Scotland team are good enough now to not get battered. And it was like, oh, that's foreshadowing if I've ever seen it. Like, why have you said that on TV? And then, yeah, seeing that Steve Clarke had finally taken Grant Hanley out of the back line, who I think Scotland fans have been calling for the last three tournaments for him to stop playing for Scotland. Please, we must have a better defender than this. And the two centre backs who played without him there both made a mistake each, leading to their goals. It was just pure Scottish poetry in terms of football. It was, yeah.
yeah,
So,
and then Iran ended up getting knocked out with a zero goal difference.
yeah.
So even if they had even if they had a 2-goal difference, that might not have been enough on
There's
on
so many
goals scored
things
and stuff.
there's
So
so many things
like,
where they thought the things that were going to happen on paper that seemed quite likely to happen. A lot of them didn't happen. So yeah, they would have been really biting their nails for the last couple of
yeah,
games.
I think loads of teams ended up on 4,
Yeah,
which again is a flaw of the format because they knew that draws would favour getting through in third as
yeah,
like an insurance
yeah. I
thing.
think I'm
But
right in saying yeah.
you take that Australia Paraguay game for example.
Oh, but yeah,
Like
that's
if
that's the worst game.
if they both went for that,
Mm,
one of those teams would be out.
yeah,
And there you go. You get. I mean, as Postecoglou put it perfectly on the TV. Um, I can't remember what was it. So the USA game was on ITV, and he was next to them watching Australia,
hmm
and he said at halftime, "Let's just say the penalty boxes are lava."
That's a good
I
line.
was
Right?
like, "That's
Yeah,
good, isn't it?"
yeah.
And
That's so close.
and I watched the highlights, and I couldn't believe they got 6 minutes out of it.
Oh, did they?
Couldn't believe it.
That is one
It
issue
was
I have a
genuinely terrible match.
Mm.
But they played it and now they're both through,
Yeah,
which is stupid.
oh yeah, 100%. And I think I'm right in saying that no one who came third finished on 6 points. Did they? I think Congo at the top of the table.
No,
And
yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, so the fact that not
That's
one,
quite rare. That's quite rare
yeah,
because then you'd need 3 teams on 6.
yeah. I think we only
in
had
that
one group where there was
scenario.
9, 6, and 3 points, and yeah, everyone else there was lots of 4s, which as you say, it was enough to get most teams
But
through.
you know, it's all about the money, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. No, he cares about their health and everything. That's why hydration breaks exist. Yeah,
Yeah.
doubled down this week on that, which is.
Oof.
Mm.
So yeah, that's my World Cup moaning over. Actually, shall I update you on the thread that I've been putting
Oh
together?
yes, please. Since we last recorded, what have been?
Not too many, but there've been some. There's been some humdingers, shall we say?
Okay, yeah. Please remind me.
Didn't know how to describe that, but oh my god.
Mm.
Right. So I think we were in sort of the late 40s and now we're in the late 50s in terms of this
yeah, that's a
thread
smaller
of
jump
stuff.
than last week.
So just scroll down to the bottom of it. And so oh god, it's even worse than I remember. Where did we leave things? We discussed Darren Fletcher saying Sue on commentary, didn't we?
Big point last week, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so there was a bit on in the Scotland-Brazil game where they showed Gerard Butler on the screen, and the commentator goes,
I know exactly what you said.
Gerard Butler on the left there.
Yeah.
Like I should add, he's sitting next to what appears to be his female partner.
Yeah.
Like they're quite distinguishable, shall we say?
Yeah, I'd be amazed if she was called Gerard Butler. If you don't know who Gerard Butler is, yeah, I think not many people are going to assume that that's
Yes,
her name.
Gerard Butler is in full Gerard Butler get up. Definitely him.
Yeah.
There was the end of the Group A games. The commentators were just doing weird stuff, really weird stuff. So like, for whatever reason, Quinones, who scored in the opening game,
Oh yeah.
for whatever reason, Danny Murphy and Steve Bauer were just calling him Quanes for the whole night. I don't even know what's going on.
Ignoring
I don't understand.
the 2 letters in his name, brilliant.
And then in South Korea, South Africa, we were treated to Jonathan Pearce, who was on top form.
Yeah.
So first thing he did was South Korea put a dangerous ball into the box, and then he goes, "Oh, he crossed it into Son Heung-min territory. He's not playing."
Oh, God.
I've slightly embellished the delivery there, but just like, why has he said that?
Did he caveat it with he's not playing? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, he did. Okay, he's not. He hasn't made it as a horrific error there, but it's more silly.
It wasn't like he didn't mean to say his name. He was like, oh, they've crossed it into the player. The player who's not playing would have scored that. I was like, it's a cross into the box, man. Like,
Yeah, he's not
striker's
really
job to finish
renowned for
those
his
off.
aerial abilities.
Yeah,
Just do
but
the-
it's like if the striker was there, he would have scored. Like
Mm.
it was, you know, it
Yeah,
was. I thought that was really weird.
very good.
And then I don't know if I'm missing context to this,
No.
but after South Africa scored, he said, "What an absolutely crucial goal that could be, not just for South Africa, but for the African continent as well."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know if that's his version of goal for all Africa because
Yeah.
it's South Africa. I
Mm.
don't know, but I'm
Mm.
just like, the African teams are killing it at
Well,
this
yeah.
tournament.
I know they were
Like,
the early doors in
it's not like they're the only ones getting through, and
No.
that's their source of pride.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
considering
don't know if African countries feel like that about rival
no, so
African
from
nations either.
from what I know, a lot of nations fans don't like South Africa. The African
Oh,
nations fan. Apparently, they're not one of the ones they'll want to do well. They'll support other African nations, but for one reason or another, South Africa doesn't fall into that bracket for a lot of people.
yeah, I just thought it was really, I don't know.
I
It
mean,
just
considering
didn't feel right.
Tunisia are the only African team that went out. The other 9 have all gone through. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely gone really early there in the sense that considering all of the other African teams apart from Tunisia had a chance of going through, and they all did.
yeah. Um, what are the good ones? Okay, last one I'm going to mention is obviously Sam Matterface.
Oh, Keith, I'm amazed he survived, considering
Right.
how annoying him and
This
Nathan were. Early
this
on.
just completely baffles me.
Mm.
There's no other context to this. This is just what he decided to say. So it's USA Turkey. It's about to get underway,
Hmm.
and the thing he says immediately before this is just that USA are going to play Bosnia in the next round, and then he said there will be at least 4 Champions League finals before the next time we see Turkey at a World Cup.
Is that how he measures time in the entirety of his life?
Obviously. I was like,
What's that
well,
got
I
to
mean,
do with
there's
USA or
there's
Turkey?
also 4 League Two playoff finals.
Yeah,
There-
yeah.
There's all, you know,
It's not
there's
like those two teams are littered with players who are going to be playing in Champions League finals either.
what's it got to do with that?
Yeah,
It's
I
just
know,
I
yeah.
don't I just what see
Yeah.
I had to rewind it multiple times to confirm that is what he said.
what he
I just
said.
could not believe that's what he decided to say.
Yeah, it's
It's so weird.
incredible.
Proper freaked out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I've just seen another one. I have to mention it.
Okay.
Fabrizio Romano calling Australia not the Socceroos but the Kangaroos.
Yeah, I saw they got a lot of traction on Australia football Twitter. It's like, how is this guy not got our nickname completely wrong?
Yeah.
But, yeah,
I also noticed that at the first attempt he misspelt the word kangaroo,
yeah. So
as well,
he did edit it, didn't he? And he still
which
didn't.
which was fun. But I just feels culturally insensitive.
Yeah, it seems very just short-sighted and
Oh, it's Australia. They got kangaroo on the badge. Oh, they're the Kangaroos.
yeah, that's it.
That's
it.
them.
Mm.
That's
No
them.
need to go any further than that. Yeah, no, I'm right.
Ah,
I'm right.
and yeah, it's been a fun World Cup in that sense. I really have enjoyed getting annoyed at people.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Shock.
Strange that, isn't it? Yeah.
I know.
Mm.
Um, I am glad that the next England game is not ITV though.
Yeah.
I don't know why ITV thought it was a good idea to put commentary cam on
Oh yeah.
Matterface and Dixon from Saturday night. They've managed to make Lee Dixon look even more bored than he sounds.
Yeah, I've seen that video doing the rounds quite a bit over the last 2 days, and yeah, that is just why.
The only thing I would have in his defence would be that they've been caught in some sort of rainstorm.
Yeah, they definitely wouldn't have been under any sort of feasible.
Because I almost got annoyed at the fact that Sam Matterface was wearing a jacket. I thought, come on, man.
Yeah,
But like it was clearly you could tell by like Lee Dixon's hair has been absolutely like
Oh, yeah.
drowned.
And any fan footage I've seen from that game, every fan was getting absolutely soaked, and it was only about 15 degrees as well. So
Yeah.
it's right from it's
And that calls for a hydration break.
yeah, and
Um,
it's one of the reasons why the fans were quite quiet during our game. I mean, the footballers.
yeah, but also, but it's just encouraged people to like say, oh, like, why is he not smiling? Why is he not excited?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of on board with that, but I'm also like, that's not important
No, yeah, it was
at the same time.
an opening goal, sort of call out from nowhere, and in a game that didn't really matter.
Because also, I just spent the last hour or so saying how bored and like unentertained I was by England,
Yeah.
and it's going to be just as boring for them being there
Oh yeah.
in that
Yeah.
sense.
It's not suddenly gonna.
They might also be underwhelmed by this performance.
Yeah, yeah. They're not like some idiots I've seen from the box park footage this week who are just there to throw beer. They're not one of them. No. They're
I loved it. I loved the tweet I saw after the Ghana game. It's like, oh man, they bought the beers and they've actually drunk them today.
Oh yeah. Well,
First time they've
the
actually
clip
drunk
from
the
the Panama
drinks.
game where a lot of the box park crowd think Rashford's free kick goes in, and they've just thrown their beer. And, it didn't go in.
It wasn't even close.
Well, it does ripple across the back of the goal, which if you're watching
That
it,
happens all the time. It was
does,
nowhere
yeah.
near in.
Well, but they were all drunken idiots anyway.
Of course they were.
It didn't make any difference. Yeah, so I thought.
Yeah, can't wait to do that on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, can we finish on something just non-World Cup very quickly?
The actual football exists outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
As much as I hate transfer season,
Yeah.
there's one big transfer that's in forefront of my mind. It's not involving anything to do with Arsenal.
No. Well,
Well,
there's a little bit.
but it's Granit Xhaka potentially going to Chelsea.
Yeah. This is.
Which when it happened, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. And then now I've come to terms with the possibility of it happening. I'm like, I can't wait to give him the treatment he deserves if he ends up joining Chelsea. And I say that just like not in a sort of like a traitor way, just like this is a great excuse to like boo the hell out of him.
Yeah, just the Arsenal fans will get less flack for doing it this time rather than doing it when he was in an Arsenal shirt.
As much as he asked for it when he did that
He did
before.
not. He asked for it after it had already started. He was already
Yeah.
being booed, and he'd been just not playing that well that day. It was all
That was most of that was on Unai Emery.
Oh yeah,
I have to say he managed that situation horrifically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm very ready to sort of relive that whole stadium booing.
It
Granit
would
Xhaka.
be very.
Purely for joining Chelsea. It's not another Premier League club. We basically cheered him as a Sunderland player.
Oh yeah, he got a decent reaction, didn't he, when he came back?
And it's not because they're a rival. It's because they're Chelsea.
Yeah,
And it's weird because obviously we've been buying players directly from you, and you've been you've got this history of buying players after they leave us, whether it be Cesc Fabregas or Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Yeah, Giroud.
There's probably others I'm missing as well, but
being probably the biggest one. Yeah.
But yeah, this would be quite funny because it's not, in some ways nothing to do with us.
No,
We've moved on from Granit Xhaka as much as he would have been great.
Team who finished 8th, giving someone to a team that finished 9th. It should have nothing to do with the Premier League champions. But yeah, of course he's your former captain, so you'll have a feeling on it.
And previously liked as well.
Well, yeah,
and
he
sort of
did
turns
turn it around, didn't he? After
and it sort of turns it back to where it was. And I hope it happens. However, Chelsea believe him only to be worth 8 million.
Yeah, but I've been enjoying the crash out on this because I don't think that's as outrageous as it's seemingly to be. Because he's 34 in September,
that doesn't make him worth 8 million to Sunderland, though, does it?
But they did only buy him for 14 last season. I know they should probably be worth around 16 to 20.
I thought
I do agree with you there.
I bet you it's. Well, surely there's more in add-ons or something.
Yeah, I think
That takes it
base
nearer
fee
to
was
20.
12, and I think 14 was the most that it could go to
Okay.
because
I mean, but that's literally a big deal for Sunderland.
oh, it is, yeah, yeah. But from what I've
Um,
seen as well, the history of transfers for anyone over 33, apart from the anomaly of Cristiano Ronaldo moving to Juventus, that only about six or I think it's between sort of six or eight have been over sort of 10 million in history. Like there's been a load. There's been about 12. Like you look at Aubameyang.
are you the first person in history to say 6 or 8?
Yeah,
You just want to avoid saying.
myself for doing 6 or 7, and it made it worse. So yeah, no, I probably should have just committed. But yeah,
It's either 6 or 8. It's
yeah,
definitely not
it's
7.
definitely not 7.
We've
No.
ruled that out.
Yeah,
It's 6 or 8.
Mm. But yeah, no, it's just the case of where I saw the stats that there's not been that many players that age or older who have moved.
But I would argue there's not many 34-year-olds that are that good.
Yeah, this is the level
And
argument. Yeah.
I mean, he's lots of people's signing of last season.
Oh yeah, yeah, and rightfully
But
so.
that's kind of more about who he joined, I think.
Yeah, it's the fact he went
It was a coup, and
the,
he was good for them,
Yeah.
and turned a relegated, well, not him alone, but turned a relegated side into European challengers, and then they got into Europe.
Yeah,
So
he was captain of the side who 2 seasons before had won the Bundesliga and then finished second the season he left. So yeah,
but I have to say, I hate giving credit to Chelsea, but this is the smartest thing they've done in years. I mean, it's clearly them saying, Xabi Alonso, who do you want? Rather than, no, buy this kid.
Yeah.
Because obviously Xhaka and Alonso have a existing relationship.
He was his captain.
A successful existing relationship at that. And it just makes sense on so many levels. It's annoying that it's happening. And then for them to, after spending stupid amounts of money on youngsters, they're not willing to go into 8 figures on a very capable Premier League midfielder who would enhance that team no end.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out over the next week, because I know it's been reported that someone says not for sale, but the fact that we're going back to the negotiation table today is a hint that there is the price that they will pay, and I think
obviously, and not for sale just means you're going to have to try a lot harder than that,
a lot more than you want to, and I think as well the fact that Xhaka's, it's been heavily reported that he wants the move will.
As you would. No disrespect to Sunderland. I know they've got into Europe. I mean, going from Leverkusen to Sunderland is wild.
Yeah. But I assume that it was quite well reported he wanted to move back to England. Now, the chance to move back to London, makes sense to him. I don't know if you've seen it, but I have enjoyed Dougie Critchley, who is a Sunderland fan, his crash out over this. It's been
it's valid.
It is
totally valid.
Yeah,
and I don't blame him, and I'd hate to be in that position. But essentially Sunderland are paying the price for their success. Although had the season not gone well, he would have gone anyway.
100%, yeah. And they probably would have 8 million. They probably would have snapped your hand off for that. I imagine there would have been relegation clauses in a lot of the players they signed. So, but it's. My favourite line from Dougie was when someone mentioned that Xhaka wanted to move back to London. His reply was, "It's 4 hours from Sunderland to London. Like that's a normal commute." Like, what do you mean? He wants to live with his family in London. That's not a normal drive. What are you talking about? Like, I understand his frustrations. Like,
who was it? Who was it? Wasn't there like a Man United player who like commuted from miles away every day, or was it someone up north? I can't remember. There was a player who just commuted a stupid journey.
Yeah, there have been a few examples of that over the years, but I can't. I know.
Or maybe was it a Burnley player?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, the one I can think of off the top of my head is Paul Merson when he went to Portsmouth. He tells a story that he was Harry Redknapp said, you only have to come down to training this many days a week if you want to stay living where you're living. I can't remember if it was London or a bit further afield. It's like because he didn't want to move down to Portsmouth. So it's not unheard of that players will make these long commutes. But Jack is a family.
Sunderland to London regularly would finish me. I think no matter how much I'm being paid.
That's not a healthy.
You'd afford the train fares though.
Yeah, he could, but relying on that side of the country to get your train travel right is not one you want to do. But it's going to be interesting if this does play out. And as a Chelsea fan, it's lovely to see that whether the ambition is real or not, but it's nice to see us linked with someone not just slightly removed from their previous stance of not buying anyone under the age of 22, but someone 11 years older than that is it's wonderful to see that they brought Alonso in. They're going to
and you got the Premier League experience, title winning experience.
Yeah, he's a captain, 2 places he's been, 3 places he's been. So, and
he's still got it as well.
100%,
you know, watching Switzerland, he's clearly their best passer. And
because I imagine it's been reported as well. He's not going to be like Enzo Fernandez replacement either if Fernandez does end up going. So yeah, it's a great squad player.
They're nothing alike.
No, exactly. Yeah, so. But I think a lot of people, when they first saw it on Saturday morning, being rumours, I don't know about this, but it's not like he's going to be coming in to start 38 games for us. He's going to be there to fill in the role when he's needed, and it's a better option to have.
And the off the pitch value is going to be just as valuable.
100%, yeah, considering the way Cucurella has been speaking since he left.
More importantly, everybody else gets to hate him, which is great.
Yeah,
it's great. So I assume, you know, the Sunderland fans are going to feel like he just abandoned ship, calling him a traitor.
Yeah. Even though the loyalty doesn't exist for 99% of players, and everyone forgets that, they're still gonna. They can't believe he's made a quote unquote sideways step. I've seen some of the people call it. Incredible.
Well, he's going out of Europe.
He is going to a team that finished below Sunderland. You are right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think it's going to just add another layer of spice to already a spicy fixture. Arsenal Chelsea. And I don't recall really the last time we really had a good boo at someone. Because I think we love everybody right now. You know, we don't sort of feel animosity towards, you know, like an Ashley Cole or.
No, I remember how strong a response Aubameyang got when he was. I think
he would have got booed, but
when we hadn't quite fallen off a cliff yet, I think he did get a bit of a poor reception. Whereas the Emirates, we were in the bottom half by then, so I think it was a bit more subdued. But yeah, it's not like we've had Cesc Fabregas or.
I think part of it, and this speaks to hating in general, is you kind of always want to sort of punch up on those instances. So you want to hate on players that are in a more a better situation than what your team's in. So like when we're booing Fabregas, it's because he's joined a title-winning team at Chelsea, and there are idiots who think that it was his fault he didn't come back. Just daft. But like players like Aubameyang, like Arteta binned him, and we were already on the way up, having a title challenge by the time we come back to the Emirates.
Yeah.
You know, same with Xhaka. No, it's not the same with Xhaka. It's kind of different. But when it was bigger, it was worse when it was players like Ashley Cole, who'd been wildly successful after leaving. Robin van Persie was really successful after leaving. Obviously, the way they left is a factor as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think it's going to be a bit of a mix. I think it's going to be quite sort of. It's going to feel like banter rather than we actually hate this guy.
Oh yeah. Unless we're actually up and challenging with you, which is probably a lot less.
Well, that is also the worry. I think not worry, but not worried.
But yeah, you'd rather that not happening as an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see the seeds being sown to potentially make this happen. So, fingers crossed, everybody just falls flat on the face, and it's a complete disaster. And it's a complete waste of money.
Yeah. Just to finish off, sticking on Chelsea, it's just been announced that Maresca has been announced by Man City, and Chelsea put a statement out about it, just to say that it was October the first time Maresca said he wanted to succeed Pep Guardiola.
October? That's a full 2-3 months before he left.
It's a lot earlier than was previously reported, so that's interesting to know. Yeah, that's going to be received really well. That's another person who's going to. Well, I think he was going to get booed anyway at City by Chelsea fans, but I think
how do you boo a manager because he don't get the ball during the game?
True, but I think any time he's sort of shown, I guess it'll just be a
I guess so.
reception.
It's more for pubs rather than in
Yeah,
the stadium,
yeah,
innit?
booing the team.
Like whenever they're on telly.
But yeah,
Yeah. Well, lots to look forward to already then next
yeah, it's
season.
amazing that
Hating
we're
all
in this
over the
world, but
place.
we've found time for actual other football chat. No,
Yeah, imagine that.
it's the world.
Um, oh, well, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe how fun that game was earlier.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, BBC or ITV, it's a thing.
yeah. We
Yeah,
will commit. I like it.
yeah. Well, hopefully revisit that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, any score predictions for Wednesday?
I think it could. I'm going to do that annoying thing where I'll be like, I can go one or two ways, blah blah blah. But I
It
think it's.
could.
I think the realistic one will be we'll win it 1 or 2-0, but we won't score till about the 60th, 65th, 70th
I think
minutes.
it's got 1-0 England written all over it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be horrible.
Mm. I,
Yeah.
I can't. I'd like to say it with some hope that we're going to be like it'll be like the Senegal game, and we'll take the lead in the first half and whatever else. But I can't see that happening. So, yeah,
No, they've got a bit about them.
they do.
They
Yeah,
they've got
it's
some
another team
dangerous
like Arsenal where
players.
they've got a few notable names who are capable of creating something like Visser and Wan-Bissaka both being in there. Not quite the same as Axel Tuanzebe, but yeah, it's a name still. So yeah, wait and see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we'll leave it there. We'll retreat and start stressing about the match in a couple of days' time. Hopefully there'll be some big upset in the meantime, and we can laugh at someone else before they get the chance to do it to us. And yeah, in that case, it's just have to say thank you for everyone who's still listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Happy hate watching. I will see you soon.
Everyone seems to know the score.